Y'all, a little more Fringe RC going on over here. This is my latest beast I call NIMBUS. NIMBUS fits in between a lot of different classes but doesn't fit in any class except maybe Formula Off-Road, and Formula Off-Road almost everything will fit in there because there's hardly any rules. You can see this tasty carbon fiber chassis that I cut out in my shop. I designed it, built it yesterday. Got the crazy amount of power in it, the giant Holmes Hobby power plant in it, the hugest high-tech servo, the 7980, which I just beat the crap out of just now accidentally by flipping it. Pretty stupid. It's supposed to have a body on it. This is a really weird chassis kind of design because it's a plate chassis, it's not a rail chassis, but it's got a chassis mounted servo. It's built for a chassis mounted servo. Works great, got lots of articulation as much as I want. No bump steer, full travel, just a beautiful thing. And of course, ridiculous amounts of power. Let's see how she handles. I'll just light it up here in just a second, but I want to get a little distance so I can blaze you a line of dirt behind it. You can hear the rear axle snapping, or maybe you can't, but the rear axle is about to go. So full power blasts like that are best if you work up to them. But you can see it's got a nice low center of gravity, despite the fact it's got nearly 1 pound of batteries and 1 pound of motor and transmission in it, and 2-pound tires. Don't really want to roll it anymore. I don't want to rip the rear axle up, but it is a force to be reckoned with. Yeah. So anyway, let's go up a hill that's steep. Give you an idea of how this low center of gravity helps out when you're trying to get up stuff. Hardly any hop. It just slithers right up. It's got pretty decent side hilling, as you can see. This is my little test area here, where I can tell from doing so many other vehicles up here what this thing is going to do or not do. It can really side hill with the best of them for such a big, heavy vehicle. It weighs almost 7.5 pounds. It's got a great approach angle. Don't have to worry about getting lost in the hole because you'll just pop right up out of it. Like I said, this thing will go nearly dead vertical. I want you to see, I mean, we're getting to the point where you are well above 50 degrees or so. Pretty reasonable. And real happy with how the chassis works. I have sort of a love for chassis engineering and design, and I've had really good luck with my designs working well for me. I've had no failures up to this point. Some of them work better than others, but none of them have been complete failures. This one works really, really well for the amount of power and weight it's got. You can see it's got nice articulation. And of course it's really blazing fast. That's why I call it a brawler, because it'll go fast or slow. You can get into the rocks. I think I could probably drift with this thing. I just don't want to try it right now because I've got everything bare and out front where it can get ripped to shreds. Alright guys, that's really all I wanted to show you before the light failed. So I built this yesterday in a 14-hour blast. And even though we've got the forward mounted servo and the the chassis mounted servo type thing, it's seriously a crawler. It's not, it's way better crawler than the than the tube chassis ever could be. But you can see what I'm talking about. That's like MOA type crawling right there. And you're talking about a 7-pound rig with a brushless motor that can go like 30 miles an hour if it's geared for it, you know. And even though it's got the chassis mount servo, I just wanted to show you it doesn't kill the approach angle. And it's got a really nice verticality to it compared to some of the rigs I built. I just wish I had a more built up rear axle. This one's seen a lot of miles, so it doesn't really have as much life left in it as I would like. It does pretty decent donuts. Definitely couldn't do that with my other rig, that's for sure. No, you definitely couldn't do that with the tube chassis. It would flip right over. So this thing's going to be hell a lot of fun compared to my other rig, which I killed. I fractured it, broke all the chassis parts up, so it's crap. It's gone. But it was fun. And it taught me a lot about how to build a chassis for a and durable parts for a really heavy rig. I mean, you can see this thing is capable of doing some really nice, fine maneuvering. And it'll go just about anywhere you point it. Just don't want to get hung up in any vines. There we go. Saved it. I don't want to do that. That's going to beat the servo up. Got to get a little guard on top of that servo. It's getting beat up already. All right, thanks for watching, guys. NIMBUS.